Hi everybody, PJ here, and we're back in South Hempstead. I'm at a fishing pond today. It looks quite pleasant. They've got something spinning around in the middle. I don't know what that's for. I think that's to scare the fish away, or the fishermen, I don't know. Anyway, I'm here with a couple of subscribers, and we're going to have a chat. And one of them's a lorry driver, and one of them's a YouTuber. So one of them's going to tell us all about lorry driving, and the other one's going to tell us about their YouTube channel. Right, so let's run that intro and off we go. Right, so we'll start off with you, young man. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Paul. I'm from near Doncaster and I'm an HGV driver.
What kind of HGVs do you drive?
Class 1.
You're a Class 1. How long have you been doing that?
About 4 years.
And what do you think to it?
At the moment.
Remember, we've got a child sat next to us.
It's good money at the moment.
Yeah?
Compared to what it was before IR35 stopped.
Yeah, do you think it's a worthwhile profession?
If you're a young man, I would say no. If you're a young single man and you don't mind tramping, then yeah, but that's the mugs game in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you've got a mortgage and you're living in truck Monday to Friday with really bad conditions, and you know you go to services and shower facilities is just disgusting. It's not a life for a young man, which predominantly most of the drivers now were. You know, I mean, I'm 45 and they're older than me, and they've just. It's not a job for a young man.
No, there's no young blood coming in, is there?
Well, there probably is, to be honest, Pete. There probably is, but they're probably better off.
There's not a lot of them.
No, not as many. I'll tell you what you do see. You see quite a lot of women, which you didn't see a few years ago. You do see.
Yeah,
you know,
did you see that interview I did with Sue, the lady lorry driver?
Oh, yeah, she opening curtain cider.
Yeah, I've spoke to her and we're going to do another one-to-one interview with her, hopefully. Was
she in pharmaceuticals? Did she work in an hospital or something before?
Yes, she was a nurse, yeah. But would you recommend lorry driving as a profession for anybody?
Yeah, I would. If you like driving, you know, and seeing new places, then yeah, I probably would. There's good parts of the job and there's bad parts of the job, but...
Same as everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of lorry drivers that are more experienced than I am. I can only give, you know, Sam from a motor trade background, like 26 years in motor trade.
Right.
And then sold business and moved over to driving lorries.
So what made you move over to driving lorries?
I had a problem with my hands and I couldn't do the job anymore. I had to have an operation.
Right.
And you know, put pay to that really.
Right.
So I already had my Class 2. So then started doing Class 2 multi-drop for a company in Bradford. Well, they were from Bradford, but run out of Normanton. I'm not sure if you've been there before. Massive industrial estate in Normanton. There's loads of units there.
I might have done.
And that.
And if I haven't, I will do.
Yeah, I can tell you some more to go to actually in there.
Just go.
Yeah, and then I did that for a while. 26 tonner curtain cider, and I would go in like round places such as Keighley and Dewsbury and Halifax and
reasonably local runs.
Yeah, like going down cobble street. So I learnt more in probably 3 months of driving than I would have done in years. You know, trunking up and down to RDCs down motorway.
Yeah. There is a difference, isn't there? When you're delivering to small backstreet firms, that's when you start sweating into it sometimes. Especially
when it's really narrow, especially in a rigid, because you can't. You'll know you'll be a lorry driver yourself. You can't turn them round.
No.
Well, you can, but it's not like an Arctic where you can screw them round dead easy.
That's right. And what makes me laugh is people that drive buses then come along to do a rigid licence.
Yeah.
And then they get a shock how difficult they are to drive, because a bus has got a much smaller wheelbase and it's designed to go around narrow streets where a truck's not.
Yeah. When I first passed my Class 2, first day out on the job, I actually followed a bus, and I thought if he can get down there, then I can. But I were wrong.
No, you can't.
But yeah, I mean that was worst job I've ever had. That.
Yeah.
It was awful job.
Yeah.
I respect.
That's why you're getting a new job soon.
That's right, isn't it? But I'd recommend. I've lost beaten track here. I think they deserve the Class 2 multi-drop drivers, especially if they're in a 26 tonner long wheelbase. They deserve just you know, same amount of wages as an Arctic driver, because it's an horrible job.
It is, I know it is.
You know.
I used to do that sometimes in an Arctic. I used to do a few deliveries for Fredrickson's ice cream out of Skelmersdale, and you were going to all these little backstreet ice cream places, you know, that run ice cream vans and things like that.
Yeah.
And you were going down through narrow streets where you'd got 6 inch either side of the lorry.
Yeah.
And same as you say, if you're going down these cobbled streets and things, it's really intense, and it's scary, really.
Yeah.
It is. It's really scary.
And I think what'll happen as well is, I mean, we'll come on to that about my opinion on shortage of lorry drivers. You find that if you get somebody who gets in that situation when they just start and they get stuck, I mean, everybody's been stuck, I've been stuck, it'll either send them one way or other. If you become frightened at lorry, you're never going to do anything with it.
No.
And a lot do, you know, when they're passing. It's all right when they're out with an instructor and taking them around all the roads that they know, but when you're out in truck on your own,
you've got to do it yourself.
You've got to do it yourself, and you know, and a lot of them just follow the sat nav and don't read road signs and get stuck, and like I say, if they get frightened at lorry, they're never going to go anywhere with it.
Yeah, and I mean, when I was lorry driving, there wasn't the navigation aids that there are now. There's sat navs that give you low bridges and all that kind of stuff.
But even them, they're
wrong sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was none of that when I used to do it. You know, and I used to, if I was going in a built-up area, I used to be thinking, God, I hope. Well, you used to be able to buy map books with low bridges in.
Yeah.
But they weren't always right. But you used to think to yourself, God, I hope there's no low bridges down here. Yeah. I'm 14 foot tall. I don't want a 13.5 foot bridge.
I mean, I still now, even in Arctic, I mean, I'm not, like I say, I'm not best driver in the world. I still use a dedicated sat-nav, a TomTom one for a truck. But one of my friends, he's a private haulier and he's been doing it about 40 years.
Yeah.
And he just uses Google Maps on his phone.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's all he ever uses. But he knows where anywhere in country, he'll know just about where it is without his phone. Just uses his phone to guide him into where he's going.
Yeah.
And there's no way I could do that. I'm just not.
But that's experience for you.
Yeah. And he said I mentioned it to him about going places, and I said, well, Stu, how can you get there with low bridges and everything? He says, well, I'll just see what it's like when I get to it. Yeah. And like nothing phases him. But
round Barnsley, there's a lot of low bridges round Barnsley.
Yeah. In fact, there's a really good one not far away from here. If you go down A638 towards Wakefield, I think the bridge there, I think it's 13 foot 8 or something like that. Yeah. And there's one road sign on A638 from Doncaster to Wakefield. It's about 3 miles before you get to it. It tells you that there's a low bridge. But if you're not coming down that road first, you miss it. And then literally 100 yards away from bridge, it tells you there's a low bridge, but there's nowhere to turn around. Yeah. And that gets it regularly, that couple of 3 times a year. Well,
if you're going into Worksop down from junction 30, it tells you there's a low bridge, and then you're coming up to it and there's chains hanging. But if you hit the chains, there's nowhere to turn around.
Yeah.
And they can't put the chains the other side of the roundabout because there's a big factory there that has big lorries going in.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've had it really. So, anyway, what do you think to the lorry driver shortage?
Right. It might be a bit controversial, my opinion.
Yeah.
But how I see it...
We like controversy.
I know. Right. How I see it is, if I were to put anyone at blame, there'll be three reasons to blame on strike. On shortages. First one's government. Yeah. For scaring people into thinking there is a shortage of lorry drivers. I don't believe there is. That's the first one. Second one is IR35. Government stopped that. I think, would it end of April, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
End of April. And the third one is supermarkets.
Yeah.
They're the 3 reasons. Now, when they say there's a shortage of drivers, I've been doing a trunking run, and I've been going down to Enfield. So I can go a couple of ways. I can go M1 or A1. If I go down A1, then there's lay-bys all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's full of lorries. You go into a service station, and it's full of lorries.
Yeah.
And they've said that they want 100,000 lorries and 100,000 workers. I mean, where do they think they're going to put them? Mm. You know, because in my eyes, they ain't a shortage at all. I just think it's just...
There's plenty of people with licences. There's just nobody wants to do the job.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody wants to do the job. Oh, we've got a dog here.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye-bye.
Where would I have done?
And I understand why people don't want to do the job. It's same as taxi driving. It's unsociable hours.
Yeah.
The money's not fantastic.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get treated like something that's been scraped off at the bottom of
Yeah.
your shoe.
I can echo that. Like, number of times I've been to an RDC, for example, and I'll say, can I use your toilet? And it's, oh no, you can't, your agency. And it's like, and it's
Yeah.
just things like that.
I don't ask anymore, I just go.
Well, sometimes you have to go into their warehouse, don't you? And if they're all keyless entries now with cards, and so
I'll tell you now, I'll tell you a little story. I did a delivery in Hull, and I got to and it was a shop, it was a furniture shop, and I got all the stuff on the back of the lorry, and I got there and I was bursting for loo, and I only wanted to go and have a pee, you know, and I said, can I nip to your loo? No, staff only. Well, where's the nearest toilet? Well, public toilets are down there, around that corner up there. It's about a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
Okay, right, see you in 10 minutes. Where are you going? I'm going to the toilet. Well, we want our stuff off it back. Well, if I can't use your toilet, you know, and I need to go, I'm going.
Yeah.
So I went, I come back about 20 minutes later, and he says, right, can we get our stuff off now? I says, what time is it? He says, 1 o'clock. I says, right, it's my snap time now, mate. I'm off on my snap, three-quarters of an hour.
Yeah.
So we're going, well, we've got customers waiting. And I says, well, you know, I'm on my break now. If you let me go to the toilet, we could have had it all off and I could have had my break.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah, so I went and had my break and I come back and he says, can we have the stuff off now? And I went, I think I need toilet again. Go to our toilet. No, mate, you've told me I can't go. They never ever did it again whenever I went after that.
I can tell you some right stuff, but I've got our Alex outside of me, she's only 8. And I can't swear on
I
camera.
don't say that.
No.
That gives my age away.
Oh, I'm
Gives
sorry.
her age away. Come on, Dad.
So, going back to
How dare you?
the shortage. Now, when they stopped IR35, I mean, we all know what that is. It's basically a tax fiddle,
Yeah,
you know, for British and European drivers.
yeah,
But predominantly for European drivers. Now,
Yeah.
when they stopped it, they could earn the same amount of money on PAYE back home
yeah,
than they would do if they were stayed in Britain. So it's a no, but you'd just go back home. Some of
Yeah.
them have stopped, you know.
yeah,
So there became a shortage because a lot of them went home. And then the problem I think after that is how much the supermarkets pay. Because it's all them that wanting the drivers. They're saying there's a food shortage and everything else. But companies such as Asda and Aldi, Tesco's, they're paying like £10 and £11 an hour.
yeah.
And then I mean, I've done store deliveries and it's horrible.
I know. I've done
And you
it.
might do 5 or 6 drops a day, having to navigate through car parks, you know, where there's cars parked all over the place. It's hard work.
It is.
But if you go on agency, you get, you know, up to double the amount of money.
Yeah,
And you're doing less drops. So a lot of drivers, you know, you go to certain supermarkets and they've all finished and they've gone on agency.
yeah,
Because it's more money.
Paul, remember when we was like going to Iceland, then that woman lorry couldn't get out, but
Yeah.
it got out after.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that
It was
was
all
on
them cars.
And Alex noticed that. You know, they went to Iceland and there were a lorry and he was stuck. Someone had parked car in front and he would have stood there
Yeah.
and he had to wait ages to get out.
yeah.
But
And then when car driver comes back, you don't care.
no, they're not bothered. I've had it when I've been into Aldi. If you don't get lorry positioned in car park to start with, you've lost battle before you even go in.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
And then all you need is a car to be parked awkward. You can't go back, reverse out onto the main road.
No.
And the only way you can get back out at supermarket is to reverse onto bay, which
Yeah.
you would do anyway.
Yeah.
And then you get cars beeping at you, move your effing lorry and all this, you
Oh,
know.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
all the time, you know. It's
Yeah.
but you get that.
Yeah, you do get Joe Public.
Yeah.
They're an absolute pain in the butt.
So what's happened with it is the agencies now, they're paying, and this is where people that are lorry drivers, they'll probably think I'm talking rubbish, but it is a fact. You can get between £20 and £30 an hour on a weekend. So a lot of drivers now, they probably, if they went out tramping Monday to Friday, they might earn 800 quid or 850 quid.
Yeah.
They can do that in 3 days.
Yeah,
So it's like a lifestyle choice.
yeah,
So if you can work 3 days and get same, and sometimes if not more money, than sleeping in lorry for a week, you're going to do that.
yeah, of course, yeah.
And
Unless
that-
you want to be away from missus,
Yeah,
of course.
well, yeah. That's what I said. It's all right if you want to be away from missus or you're a single man.
Yeah,
But that's my opinion on why.
Yeah, but even a single man, they've got no love life, no social life or anything.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
And you just in lorry all, you know, you just living in a lorry for a week.
Yeah.
Come home on a weekend, like
That novelty soon wears off, doesn't it?
yeah. Like you come home on a Friday, by the time you get home you're knackered, so then you wake up Saturday morning, you know, you can, if you're a drinker, like you can have a drink on Saturday night,
Yeah.
and then Sunday you're in bed early because you're starting again at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not even having a weekend off.
No.
And another thing with it, when, you know, a lot of companies, they'll work you to your maximum. You know, they'll try and make you do a 15, and to me a 15-hour day, it's criminal.
Yeah.
You know, and they say you can, obviously you can reduce your rest sometimes to 9 hours.
Yeah.
But it's not 9 hours rest you're getting, because
No. Unless you're sleeping in wagon.
Yeah, unless you're sleeping in wagon. But if you're doing a 15-hour day and you reduce your daily rest to 9 hours, say if you've got half an hour to travel to work,
Yeah.
and then half an hour to travel back, that's an hour you've lost, so that's 8 hours.
You want something to eat,
then you want
a
something
shower.
to eat, a shower, relax for an hour.
Yeah.
When you get up in the morning, you might want a bit, you know, you're going to get a bit of breakfast and waking up, so you can take 3 hours out of that, so you've only got 5 hours.
Yeah.
And you know, and they wonder why, you know, there's accidents and people at low bridges and stuff. I'm not saying that's what causes it, but it's a big, you know.
Well, when I used to do work for Mill Transport, I used to start early in the morning and finish at 6 and 7 at night, and they'd say, right, want you back at 5 o'clock in the morning, or whatever it was, 9 hours.
Yeah.
And I used to say to them, it's not going to happen. Well, what do you mean? You only need 9 hours off. I says, I've got nearly an hour's drive home and back, and then I want something to eat, and then I want a shower. I say, and I'm going to get like 4 or 5 hours sleep, and then you want me to come back and drive your very, very, very expensive lorry, an extremely expensive trailer full of other people's stuff on very little sleep. I says, it's not going to happen, mate.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, the amount of money that supermarkets must make in profit every year, it's astronomical.
Well, it's advertised millions.
Yeah, it'll be multi-millions.
Yeah, yeah.
At
one time, I think Tesco were taking something like 8 or 9 or 10% of all money spent in Great Britain.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the thing about Tesco. I was going to join Stobart's.
Right.
When I first passed my class 1, I was green to it.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, Stobart's, you know, that's a good company.
Yeah, big name.
And I went to Doncaster at Middlebank. They've lost contract now. I think DHL's got it.
Yeah.
But I went over. I spent a full day doing an induction.
Yeah.
And then he told me wages. Pete, it was £9.51 an hour.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not, even back then, I was desperate to get a class 1 job.
Yeah.
But I thought, I'm not working for £9 an hour.
No.
You know, and especially when they're doing Tesco Expresses and, you know, some of them in town centres, it's really difficult to get in there.
I know. I'll be honest, I used to enjoy agency work.
Well, that's what I do now.
It was varied, and you know, you had different companies, different vehicles, and you gain so much experience as an agency driver as opposed to backwards and forwards to the same places all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And going back to the final thing I'll say on it, when they say the supermarkets are wanting workers, if they think a new pass, I mean, bearing in mind now they've took away the reversing, coupling and uncoupling on driving test.
Yeah.
If they think they can get a newly passed in a class 1 in an Arctic, delivering to a supermarket in a store where all your cars go in and all your, you know, normal shoppers go in, they've got to navigate around all cars and then, you know, looking at the blind spots to try and
yard
dodge
full
people.
Of trolleys and pallets and things like that.
And then most, especially Aldi's, some of them are horrendous to get in. You know, you've got a blind 90 to try and get. There's no way a new passer will ever be able to do a store delivery.
No.
You'll get some that might be able to do it, but when you, especially when it's busy, and you turning in lorry and there's cars everywhere, there's going to be accidents and probably deaths. To be honest, it's crazy. They need to go out in a rigid first for a couple of months. You know, learn size of vehicle and how it turns, and you know, learn your road signs and where you can and can't take your lorry. But to put someone straight in an Arctic to do store deliveries, it's asking for trouble. That
I remember starting like that myself. Anyway, thank you very much.
no problem.
We will now talk to this young lady. Would you like to give us your name?
Yes. My name is Alex and
Your name is?
Alex.
Alex. Okay, Alex. And you've got a YouTube channel. And what's your YouTube channel all about?
It's about food.
About food.
Yep.
Food's one of my favourite subjects.
Yep.
I like food. Do you like food?
Yep.
And what do you do about food? Are you cooking or what?
I sometimes cook and like cook with you.
Yeah.
Paul.
You cook with Dad, do you?
Eating challenges you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Eating challenges. Why are you so skinny then?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
don't
know?
even put a timer on it though.
All right.
I just eat.
So, what are some of the challenges that you've done then?
I've done 2 hot dog challenges at like a Christmas,
Right.
and then I've done like
And didn't you do a chicken nugget challenge?
21.
Yeah. 20 chicken nuggets, all by yourself.
Yep.
Where did you put them? Did you sneak some in your pocket?
No.
Did you sneak some in the pocket, Dad?
She
I
just,
don't wait.
I had ketchup with it though.
All right, okay. All right.
yeah,
And
half a
then-
stone of ketchup on it.
Yeah.
I like the sweet and sour sauce that
Yeah.
you get with it.
Then your games. You've done some games, haven't you?
Yeah, what kind of games?
Kidding.
No, we did also. I can't remember now. You've done that many. She calls us then Alex number 1.
Alex number 1, all right.
Yeah.
So, shall we see if we can get you some more subscribers and put a link to your YouTube channel on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yep.
How many videos have you got?
I can remember.
I'd say 20.
Yeah, how many subscribers have you got?
I got 2.
You've got 2! Oh dear, well we're going to have to see if we can get you more than that, aren't we? Hey?
She were really excited because she knew she were meeting.
But I did get lots of viewers on my my videos though.
Oh, you got lots of viewers. Yeah, you want subscribers as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to see if we can get you some subscribers, shall we?
You were really nervous about coming to meet PJ today, weren't you, Alex?
Why?
Well, she's dying to tell Katie when Katie gets back from school that she's met a YouTuber.
A fellow YouTuber. We're both
Yeah.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
We're both YouTubers.
Hey, you
aren't
can
we?
start going round. You can start going round all industrial estates like PJ.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be my cameraman or camera woman.
She's got a little high-vis.
Yeah.
Well, that jacket's more or less a high vis, isn't it? Hey, you'll not get run over with that on, will you?
Nope.
Definitely won't.
There you go. Right, well, thank you very much, the pair of you. It's been very interesting. We'll see if we can get you some more subscribers on your channel. All right. And
Just have
we're
to tell you a comment. What's the bumming YouTube channel's called?
we can tell him, can't we? Can write
yeah,
it down.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We'll put a link onto your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and then hopefully we're going to get you some more subscribers. But you got to let me know if you get some.
Yep.
All right, and I'll subscribe as well. How's that? Then you'll have at least 3 then.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, I'd like to say goodbye and thank you very much, this pair of you. It's been an interesting meeting,
You too.
and you'll be able to see yourself on YouTube in the very near future.
Oh, there we are, Alex.
What do you think to that? Is that a bit scary?
Yep.
All right.
No worries.
Bye-bye, everybody. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. A couple of very interesting people. Let's see if we can get Alex some more subscribers on the YouTube channel. I hope we can. All you wonderful people out there. See some eating challenges. 20 chicken nuggets. I don't know if I can make 20 chicken nuggets. But anyway, thank you for thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the near future. I'm going to go on to South Kirkby Industrial Estate now and see what we can video on there. I'm not going to cause trouble, I promise.
Oh.
Right, see you in a little bit. Bye, everybody.